Alright there folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Pleasure to see you as always. We managed to finish off very well over in Dallas and Rotterdam, didn't we? Who took the demon on the points? Who took El Chapo to beat Casper Ruud? Yeah, happy days. Nice job. Easy work. Unfortunately, the work is far from over. We do have another 3 tournaments starting today. We're going to touch on the games in a sec. Like the video for me if you would. Get yourself subscribed if you're not. I'd appreciate it if you did. We continue to grow and I love seeing it. If you want to support the channel, links in the description and the pinned comment. Right then, only a couple in each. It is the first day of the first round. For those that are new on the channel, the first round is just a bit of a free hit. You can't go crazy. You've got to figure out who wants to be here and who doesn't. So, keep it simple, keep it sensible, and we'll knuckle down deeper into the tournament. But now that's out the way. First off, over in France, Marseille to be exact, we've got Rafael Collignon, Hamad Medjedovic, head to head 1-0 to Collignon. That was last year. Yeah, that was last year. Indoor hard court as well. Very close game on the Challenger. I think Medjedovic beats him. I do. Even though he's beaten previously, fairly recently too, you get Medjedovic at 1.35 here. Quite a big favourite. I think that speaks volumes. He's been very, very good on the Challenger Tour so far this season. Already won a title, and then he got beaten in the quarterfinals of the following tournaments after that. Chalked that off to fatigue. Did beat Holger Rune in the Davis Cup, and then he's just been beat himself in the Davis Cup, but I'll let him off with that. Rafael Collignon is still yet to get a win so far this season, and I cannot trust that at all. I can't. We've seen Medjedovic quite a bit, haven't we? We've seen him get to the final on his last when was it? What tournament did we see him in last? I'm sure he got to the final of one of them. Whether it be a 250 or a 500, not too sure, but he definitely did. A lot more trustworthy at this level. Like I said, we've seen more. Collignon is on a losing streak, and I highly doubt you're going to snap it against Hamad Medjedovic. I highly doubt it. I wouldn't mind taking that as a parlay piece straight off the bat. I just think Medjedovic is better. I do. Especially this season. He's been well better. He's actually winning games. So, yeah, give me Medjedovic to get that one done. I might throw him on my parlay with this next one. We have got Otto Virtanen, Sebastian Korda. Odds are identical, 1.35 for the American in this spot. Never played each other before, and I don't think it matters. Realistically, this shouldn't even be a question, should it? Providing Sebastian Korda is fit, he wins this game 10 times out of 10, in my opinion. Conditions will suit him. Alright, look, Virtanen can be tricky. I say he can be tricky, he can play a decent game on the hard court. He's quite strong. He still hasn't won a game. Remember, we took Artifice to beat him in the Australian Open, and he did. He managed to take a set off Artifice, but, as we've seen as of late, that doesn't seem that tough to do, does it? So, can't beat Vitaly Sachko, and you can't beat Lucas Neumeier either. Sebastian Korda, last time out, we did see him get beat by Vukic in the Australian Open, but he was struggling with that injury where he had like a stomach issue or something. We've seen it in the Lucas Klein game, even though he managed to win that. And apart from those, he has only been beat by Felix Auger-Aliassime, whom he did take a set off him in the final in Adelaide. And then that's it. That's been it since the US Open. I'd be willing to bet that he's good to go. There's nothing to suggest otherwise. The fact that he's here, it's America too. Look, reverting back to what I said at the start, it's the first round. If he's not ready or if he's not capable of playing, we will find out in this match. But until then, like I said, I can't see why Sebastian Korda wouldn't beat him. Not at home. What am I talking about? I'm getting mixed up, but on the hard court is what I meant to say. Yeah, it'd have to be Sebastian Korda all day. There's nothing to suggest that Otto Virtanen is going to snap this losing streak against someone as good as Sebastian Korda. So odds are the exact same as the Medjedovic game. If you parlay them two, which I think I'm gonna, just for today anyway, 1.9. And sweet as a nut. But we'll move on to the last one in France. Lorenzo Sonego, Botic van der Sandschulp. Head to head is 1-0 to the Italian. Call it 1.8. For Sonego, he did beat him last year in the Paris Masters, that also being on the indoor hard court. Bit unfortunate for Sonego that he bumped into Holger Rune in the first round of Rotterdam, innit? Tough break, very close game. We predicted it would be, but could have been easier for him. Had a very good Australian Open. That's all we can go off with Sonego. It's just that Australian Open form. Let's see if he can recapture at least a little bit of it. A little bit of it, maybe just enough to beat Van der Sandschulp, in my opinion. He is on a 5-game losing streak. He did show good resilience against Alcaraz. Managed to take the set off him, but he has beaten him before. He's been beat by Berrettini, Bassifretti, Demon, Talon Grigspor, Alcaraz in that order. He's due a win. He's due a win. And I'm not putting Sonego down because he's played really good lately, but I wouldn't put it past Van der Sandschulp to snap that losing streak against a Lorenzo Sonego. You with me? I don't know. Realistically, Sonego should be winning this one. I think we've seen enough over the past couple of weeks to, to assume he can just grind this one out. I don't know. I just think if you're good enough to take one set off Alcaraz, you potentially could take two off Sonego, couldn't you? That's just me. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that. If you can get on the right side of that, you'll be flying. You'll be flying. 1.8 for Sonego. 2.1 for the Dutchman. Yeah. Do as you please. But we'll move on to Delray Beach. We are in America now. I was getting confused with the Sebastian Korda thing. Look, I'll tell you right now, there's not a lot that I fancy here. This one really is going to be quick, and probably so is the next one because we're on the clay too. So Delray Beach finishing us off on the hard court. Kekmanovic is playing, and I imagine he'll win. Can't be asked pronouncing the other fella's name because I never know how to say it. The Croatian guy has won a title on the Challenger recently. No, it wasn't recently, sorry, I'm talking shit. The end of October last year. Went 2-2 this year, didn't qualify for Brisbane. Yeah. Beat Timothy Skatov and Vic Capriva. I don't think he beats Kekmanovic. I did watch Kekmanovic get absolutely bullied by El Chapo over in Dallas, but El Chapo was just on one. He was on something, weren't he, this week? No shame in that. He did manage to take a set off Chapo, which is a lot more than I can say for Thomas Mahatch and Tommy Paul and fucking... Tommy Paul take a set off him? Can't remember. But yeah, no shame in the Chapo defeat, if you ask me. I think Kekmanovic has been playing good enough this year to beat this guy. I really do. But we'll move on. Zachary Zvada's playing Cam Norrie. Not going to touch it. Cam Norrie looked really good until he didn't. Zachary Zvada probably shouldn't be beating Cam Norrie. I would imagine him to up his game with it being at home, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. Cam Norrie should be beasting him. There's no odds for it, but food for thought. Eh? Ethan Quinn, Tristan Boyer. Ethan Quinn is the one who played Tommy Paul the other day. No? Yeah. It is, isn't it? Yeah, the one who took a set off Tommy Paul. He played really well. Remember someone mentioned it in the comments too. I was very, very impressed with this lad. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him. Same with Tristan Boyer. I've had a sprinkle on him here and there. He is fairly decent. Won 8 of his last 10. Only been beat by Michael Moe and the Demon in the Australian Open. That's fine. I'll take that. Slightly better form than Quinn, although he's just been beat by... is that Zachary Zvada or is it his brother? Yeah, Zvada's just beat him the other day. I don't know. Say, two fairly young Americans, early 20s, roundabout, going at it, at home. I'd imagine it's going to be a good one. Probably a close one. I've got nothing for it though. And then, I did say this first day usually is rough, but this is something else, this one. Alexander Shevchenko, Michael Moe. I don't know. Michael Mo, I don't know. What are you going to do? Um, he does seem to have come back a bit though, doesn't he? Seen quite a bit of him the past couple weeks, and he's looked alright. He did get beat by Casper Ruud quite heavily, bullied as well. But he's looked decent again in qualifying for this one, so you've got to give it to him. Did manage to get past Carbias Baena 2-1, very close game, but good stuff nonetheless. Alexander Shevchenko, we knew he was going to get beat by Ralia Pelka. Easy money, easiest money. He's very inconsistent. He can play really good and he can play really shit. I couldn't bet this game, even if it did. Even if it did. I don't even think I've got odds for it. No. I know what's happening. Bookies have got nothing out for it, so we'll just wait and see. And it's the same with this one. We've got is it James Trotter? Yeah, James Trotter, Brandon Nakashima, or B-Nak as we call him. Yeah. Should be B-Nak, shouldn't it? Realistically, it should be Brandon Nakashima, but he's in a weird spot at the moment. He's really struggling to win games. Can't beat Dinky. Couldn't beat Nishioka. Couldn't beat Sonego. Alright, but Medjedovic, Hugo Humbert, like these are going back to last season, but he's only won 2 games in his last 10 games since mid-October last year, and he's only beat Tommy Paul, is that, and Yannick Hanfman. Very, very concerning times for our B-Nach. We know what he can do on his day. It is in the States. He should up his game. I would be expecting B-Nach to advance through, but you can't deny the poor form. And the boy's struggling, Mini, so I can't trust that. I just can't trust that at the moment. And then, really, really quick, me personally, I don't think I'm ready for clay season just yet, or clay tournaments for that fact. We've the only solace with this is it's full of the players that, you know, when we see him anywhere else on the calendar we go, and you'll quote me on this, I always say it, don't I? If it was on the clay, different story. If these were on the clay, it's a different story. Good thing is, now they all are on the clay. The bad thing being, they're all fucking playing each other. So I just don't know what's going to happen. We'll talk about him. I don't know if this is in order, but I do know we have got Facundo, Diaz Acosta, Thiago, Sabo filled very, very close on the odds. Slight favourite to Diaz Acosta. Head to head is 2 apiece. I think both of these you haven't played a game on the clay so far this season, so it'll be interesting to witness the transition. Sabo Filled hasn't won a game yet. Beat by Kachinov, Fabian Madison, Hugo Blanchet, Arthur Fils. Yeah. Diaz Acosta did beat Zizou Berg's very close game in the Australian Open. You know, we've seen more, very small sample size from Diaz Acosta, but he is a slight favourite. I do slightly agree with that as well. He probably should be getting that one done. Who else have we got? Is that Echeverri? Joao Fonseca 1.7. It's tough, innit? It's tough. I feel like these are all very, very evenly matched, especially on this surface. Echeverri's really good. He is the eighth. I can't get my words out. The 8th seed in the tournament. I don't know. Fonseca. Yes, he is good, isn't he? He is really good. Won 8 of his last 10. Only got beat by Sonego in the Australian Open, and then he got beat by Hugo Humbert in the Davis Cup. Close game, 7-5, 6-3. I wouldn't expect him to get past Hugo personally. Echeverri, what we have seen of him so far, he's looked decent on the hard court. He had made some improvements, but we're not on the hard court anymore. It's on the clay, this, and I wouldn't be surprised to see either one win this match. I really wouldn't. So for pretty much all these games today over in Argentina, I'm just going to sit off and wait for tomorrow because there's some better ones. But I do think Carbias Baena beats Dusan Lazovic. I just do. I don't really rate Dusan Lazovic anymore. I just don't. he's got off to a snide start. He beat Artikazo, and that's it. Beat by Mentor, Adam Walton, and then beat by Kekmanovic. Close games, albeit, but I'd say Carvalho-Spina, Dusan Lazovic, as we know, is capable of putting in a worldie in these clay tournaments every once in a while. So I just approach that with severe caution. And then seeing us out, we have got Mariano Navone and Francisco Comesaña. Is it Francisco or Francesco? I can never remember. Francisco, I was right the first time. Stop doubting yourself. I'd be going with Navone. On that. I wouldn't let the head-to-head fool you. It is 6-4 to Comesaña. It used to be 6-0. So there you go. Navone has most definitely tipped the scales. Is on his way to tipping the scales in his favour anyway. He's won 4 on a bounce. I'd imagine he gets this one done too. I imagine the majority of them have been on the clay. Every one of them, all 10 games have been on the clay. Navone's won the last 4. They are usually tight games. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-0. Do with that as you please. Couldn't talk it off the over. I think Navone should be getting it done. And with that, I'll be saying good night to you folks. Obviously the best bets and all that are pinned in the comments. Is the pinned comment? Fuck, I need to go to bed. I've got a night shift hangover. So, appreciate you stopping by. As always, like and subscribe. I'll catch you later. Take it easy, innit? Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Let me know what you're going for. Best bets, all that stuff. Enjoy the Super Bowl for those that are watching it. Or for those that have watched it and it may be over now. I hope them fucking Chiefs don't win. But you just know they're going to. I don't know. Fingers crossed. But yeah. See you in a bit. Let's go get that cash today. Enjoy the tennis. And I'll see you tomorrow.